Okay. Even though I'm just now recording, I do apologize. I'll be sending this out to everybody, but we are in the middle of, our second thing, which is Goldmine. A lot of what I found out is that everybody, for the most part, is following the Goldmine procedure, which is name or the company account number, space, slash, then either CV or whatever it is that you did in that call, then another space, and the number of the customer. Okay, so in other words, if they're in the top 100 or NA or anything like that. Then beyond that, if you want to put, and I do appreciate if you would please put in there if it's part of your top 10 or not. Okay, so that I can actually at a quick glance, whatever, I can see that it's a top 10 call. Just put top 10. That'll make it easy for everybody and everything. Just put top 10. That'll take care of it. If you can do that on just your top 10, I'd appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions on that? Make sure that it is the number of the customer, space, then the hashtag, or not hashtag, but I can't even think of it now. Gosh darn. Backslash, yes. And then either the C or the V. No space between the backslash split. I'm having trouble talking today, guys. Sorry. But if you could just make sure that there is no space between the backsplash and, jeez, I can't even say that word. And either the CV or whatever it is, and then another space after that. So that's how I need it. Okay. That gives me the ability to be able to look up everything that I need. Otherwise, if it's not done that way, then it makes it very difficult for me to look things up properly. All right. Questions on that?
Ted?
Yes.
You wanted us to put delivery too, if it's one of the 9 deliveries of that week as well, right?
That is correct. I'm going over deliveries next. So if it's a top 10 or delivery, go ahead and put that in. Just that way you can track it and stuff like that. Now, everybody, deliveries. We have put out there 9. However, guys, please don't stress over this. I know that everybody's trying to get to the 9 and everything else. If you hit 4, if you hit 5, we're fine. It's fine. Okay. 9 is going to be the maximum. I have a feeling we will be changing that to make it a 4 minimum, somewhere in that range. It has not happened yet. I don't know for sure that it will happen. That's totally up to Tulsa, but nobody's going to get in trouble for doing what they can. Here's how the delivery program is supposed to work. If you're going in that area and there's a delivery and you can take it, do so. If you're not going in that area and there's a delivery and it happens to be on the other part of town, don't go back to your warehouse, pick it up, take it, and deliver it. That's taking time out of your sales day. No, don't do that. All I want you to do is, if you happen to be going in that area, you can take the delivery with you. Do so, please. That's how this whole program is supposed to work. It wasn't supposed to be to make you guys a delivery service. Okay? If somebody else tells you anything different, you get with me. The only person that can tell you different is Carl, and Carl will not do that. He'll tell me, and then I'll tell you. But that's, right now, this is the way we always intended it to be. Okay? Does anybody have any questions on that?
Yes. When are they going to pay us for them?
Yes, I know. I know, guys.
Weekly is what Carl said.
Yeah.
Weekly.
The last email I got from Doug was Friday stating, guys, we're working on this and everything. Expect next Thursday. Now, they've been telling us all this time that it's going to be, it was supposed to be weekly, then it's every month. I don't know exactly where it is. I know that the first paycheck this Thursday is supposed to be. However, they told us many different things many different times. Okay? So I'm not going to say 100% that it's going to be. They're still working on it, and I'm still working on it. Okay. I know that doesn't give you any answers, but that's all I got. All right. Any other questions?
Thank you, Ted.
Ted, you know what I run into a lot of time? They don't know in the morning yet. I had to wait later today if there's whose orders coming in for carrier.
Well, here's the whole thing, guys, is that most of the time in the afternoon, couriers will come in for the following morning. That should be, if your warehouse can't call you and say, I got a couple couriers for tomorrow morning that came in late today, that's the way it's usually happening. Right. We don't know until later in the day, but they should call you later that day at the very end of the day or the very next morning. They should have the deliveries from the day before. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he normally call me around 9:30 or 10. That's when orders coming in for carrier. That's when I kind of know one or two, but it's always like around 11, 11:30, you know. And then when I get there, if they didn't get the order ready, and it's kind of wasting my time waiting for them to get the order ready.
Well, then Angel, don't go. They
Yeah.
should have orders from the day before. Most of the time, they don't make couriers happen all the time. So we usually are going to have couriers at the end of the day that can't go out until the following morning. Those are the couriers you have to worry about. Don't put your day off just because you're waiting for a courier.
Mhm.
Okay. If there's no couriers, there's no couriers that day.
Okay.
If you don't know if a courier is going to happen until 11 o'clock, sorry, your day's already begun. Unless you happen to be going in that area and can do it, forget it.
I don't want that. I just want to get my plan, you know, do my email and then get out, you know, on a certain time, get my things done and try to get back before the traffic's hitting.
Sure, and I understand that. And again, you know, you should have orders from the day before. From the afternoon before, there should be some couriers, I'm sure, that are happening. If not, Angel, we'll talk about it, but that should be happening. I'm sure everybody else doesn't have an issue with that, I hope.
No, I have the same issue. It rarely.
I have the same issue too.
Okay,
Yeah,
so in
the
other
same
words,
way.
you guys are not getting any couriers in the late afternoon. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, you know, then you won't be doing deliveries. I mean, we
So
are
they don't
not.
call in sometimes till the same day, Ted. They don't call in sometimes till the same day, like before
Well, I
11.
understand
you know,
that.
before
What I'm
10, they call.
saying is that we
Yeah.
don't have a courier service in the usually in the afternoon. Courier service we stop it usually at about 1 o'clock. If a customer calls
Yeah.
for a courier, we usually put it off until the next day if it's after 1 o'clock. Am I right?
But my
No, if the ship ticket comes in at 10 or 10:30, Jimmy's calling the courier at that time, and then they're there at noon or 1 o'clock to come pick it up. So that's when he would call me and say, Carly, you want to take this one or not? Is around, you know, when the courier order comes in. It could be 10:30.
What I'm
Same
saying is, guys, we stop the courier usually at 1 o'clock. When somebody calls in
Right.
at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, usually depending on where you're at, the courier service will either take it or there will not be a courier service. I'm talking about those, and I'm not talking about the one that calls in early in the morning, 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the afternoon, the one that calls in after
Sure.
1 o'clock after we've stopped the courier for that day. Is that making sense, or am I miscommunicating this?
Yeah,
there's sometimes they just ship UPS, save them the headache. It was the next day thing. They just go out, you know, on UPS.
Well, then maybe talk to your warehouse manager and tell them, don't send it UPS. I'll take it the next morning. If you're going that way the next day, you got to communicate with your warehouse managers. That's the whole idea. If you're not communicating with your warehouse managers about what's going on with this, then you need to. All right. Anybody? What else?
In reference to that, my warehouse is a little different. My courier service runs all day, so I don't, unless I get a courier in the morning or something, I could be out in the middle of somewhere else and he'll call me to come get it or whatever if I want, but it just depends on where I'm at.
Well, you've got a unique circumstance, Tim. So my suggestion on that is maybe if your warehouse manager calls you and says, I got a courier going to this area, do you want to take it tomorrow morning? Then that way you can get your couriers a little bit easier that way. Just tell your warehouse manager. If the person, most of the time people can wait till the following morning to get their couriers. If they need it that same day, then of course, send a courier out. But if they can wait till the following morning, that's what you want to try to do. Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. Top 10 reports weekly. I know that it's a pain. I hate it too. We need to have them in if you can by Thursday, end of business. I'm getting, I put it till noon, but I'm getting called from Carl with a report update every Friday morning. And he usually calls me at about 8 o'clock in the morning. So, or earlier, usually, just depending on what's going on that day. So if we can, give me an update on what's going on with each of your customers, your top 10, I should say, on that report at the end of the week by Thursday, end of business, that would be helpful, please. I'm not sure how the top 10 is going to be working continually. It's a good thing to go after the top 10. Making phone calls actually is not as good as being in person. If you can be in person, that's the preferable each week. If you can't, I totally understand. Some people can't, and that's fine. Excuse me. But if you can be in person, I think that puts a little bit more pressure on the customer. Customer says, I don't want you to be in here every week. Well, if we don't have their business, they are getting visits by all their other people. Some of them are saying, don't be like Grimco or don't be like Denko. They're in here every week and I'm tired of it. Well, give me your business. I'm happy to not come in every week. I'll come in every other week. I'll come in every third week, but I want your business. That's how we try to do that. And if they say, well, you're never going to get my business, why? What's the reasoning? If it's because you have a great relationship with that other people, that's fine. I'll be your number 2. But I'm going to come in because of the fact that I want your business. I'm showing you my commitment to getting your business. Okay? Changes. Don't change your top 10, people. Everybody seems to have, taken somebody out. Not everybody, but some of you have taken people out, added people, but didn't give me the list of your changes. So when I went through and we did this last month and figured out who did what last month, I had to go through and make changes to your guys' thing that you didn't tell me about. What I'm going to do is I'll send you out a list of everybody in your top 10 that I have currently. And in that order, please keep it in that order. Do not change the order of what's in that list. Reason for it is I can do a copy paste so that I can have my report done and everything without going through and trying to figure out, okay, this was here. Oops, this changed down to here, things like that. It makes my work a lot more difficult. Okay? As you guys know, I'm dealing with a lot. All the RSMs got a lot more put on their plates when we got rid of the inside sales people and things like that. So we're doing a lot more, and so the easier you can make it for me, the better. Okay? I'd appreciate that anyway. Let's see here. One other thing real quick. Who has, here's what I want you to do if you can. Whoever has a MiFi that uses it for other than work purposes, just let me know. I know that we use the MiFi to give you guys, if you're out in the sticks and everything else and you don't have Wi-Fi in your home. If you're using it for that, I just need to know. I know that we give you that access, but I need to know that if you could. I'm not talking about anything, because what I'm trying to do is work on things so that we can be able to use Siri and our note taking to make you guys a little bit more, or to make it easier for you. I'll explain that later after I hopefully be able to work on this. Just let me know on your MiFis if you guys use it for other than work or use it for your home. That's fine. I just need to know. Okay? Last thing, go ahead.
So there was an email that came out about leaving our MiFis on and computers on so we can enter notes after every single stop. So I've left my MiFi on before, and then they called me and was like, what did you do? You have like over 10 gig yourself or something like that for a MiFi device. Like, how can you you're using that much? Because it's constantly checking emails, you know, if you're connected to Wi-Fi.
I understand that. I
I've
don't know how the MiFi works. I've never used a MiFi. I told them when I was hired, I don't want a MiFi. Okay? So I'm not sure. I know that some people have used it. They keep their MiFi on, and then they're able to log into their computer. And I didn't know that there was, that they call you or send you an email on 10 gigs.
Ted, this is Jane.
Yeah.
I've had mine for over 2 years and I've never run out of data. I've never been called or anything, but I only have my work phone and my work computer on it. I've never used it for personal use, and I've never run out of space.
Okay.
MiFi, we actually share as a group. But
Yes, I know that. Right.
Yeah, so you have to shut it off. If you just open, it's a pain in the ass. I'm sorry to say this. You know, I only use it when I'm emergency, but majority, I just rather go Starbucks better instead of hurting my back. I turn around and do your MiFi. You can't type.
I never turn mine off and I never have a problem.
Yeah, but you know, they just, I guess because if you leave it on, you didn't shut it off, that's when the data's running, because that's how they make money out of you. The data's running.
I don't know. I just leave it on.
This is Sarah, and I agree with Jane. I get 100 gigs of data a month, and I have my personal phone sometimes automatically syncs to it. So I have my personal, my work, and my laptop, and it's left on all day long, every day, and I've never once ran out of data.
Well, okay, so
you have to be like connecting your whole home
yeah.
in order for that to run out.
Let me explain what maybe Tim went through and what Angel is talking about. We actually, Sarah, you don't have 100 gigs to yourself. We actually share 100 gigs depending on the plan we have. Just so that you guys know, we have 8 different plans for the company. Each plan gives us 25 people on it. And so they're sharing anywhere from 100 to 300 gigs of data a month. That's where that's coming from. So for instance, Tim, you may be one that is sharing 100 gigs between 25 people. So if you got it, I'm just saying that if you got that, I don't know where that came from or how that happened. However, that's what that's for. My whole thought process is we don't need the MiFis myself. Every phone that is out there has the ability to use and put together or use as a wireless hotspot.
Yeah, right.
However, it doesn't give us as much data for that. If we can do what I want to be able to do and make you guys a little bit easier and make it easier for all of you, then the MiFi will not be needed. That's the idea. Now, whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. Some of you, I talked to you about this, using Siri is taking your notes. Some of you don't know about this. And it's been cut off for right now, but I'm working on talking with Carl to try to make this happen. So we can.
I don't have Siri.
I'm sorry?
I don't have Siri.
Well, then it'll be a personal assistant for you. It's a capable, don't worry about it. If you guys don't know about it, don't worry about what I'm talking about. If you do know, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So,
But don't we
leave
need,
that for now, and we'll talk about that at a later point when I'm able to get this. Just send me an email if you're using your MiFi, anything other than if you're using it for home. And it's okay if you are, because we gave you guys that access. I just need to know if anybody is using it for their home data. Okay?
don't we need the Verizon help, the jetpack, to access the feller's website when we're in the car?
No, you can use on your phone. You have a wireless internet or a wireless hotspot.
Oh, the hotspot.
That hotspot will allow you to work with whatever you need.
Okay.
Now that hotspot, I've been called and said, hey, listen, you're using too much data on your phone. You need to use your MiFi. So it's very contradicting.
No, Sarah, like I said, I am working on this, and I said, we're working on this because every phone does have that availability. However, we don't have the same data plans on our phones. That is correct. And that's why I'm trying to work on different options. That's all I'm doing. I'm just mentioning this to everybody because I try to be as transparent as possible. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. All right. This morning I got an email because we have been hearing and knowing that other companies are basically cheating the system, and we all have known about this for a long time. So here's what, if you possibly can, anytime a customer, you bring pricing to me for any 3M material, anything, and I tell you that is below what our normal process is, I need to see anything for documentation. Not that we're going to, yeah, we are going to use it. That's the whole thing, guys. We've got Grimco, for instance, that is going at 2 points or less on 3M product. And 3M is getting pissed off at this. I know we are too. We hate this. And we constantly are matching that pricing, and it's killing us. But 3M wants to know any circumstance in which they are doing this. And that includes the 3% that they get off on their online purchases. So anything you guys can do when that happens, when you know it's really low, get a screen print. Take a picture with your phone. I don't care, whatever you can possibly do, and send it to me. This way we can actually take it back and say, guys, you say that it's not happening. However, look at this. Nationwide, we've got this happening. I know it's happening because I just talked about this with a couple of you on Friday. And I know that I'm going in at 3 points because I'm matching somebody's pricing. And it's killing us because we lose money at 3 points, just so that you know, because by the time we ship it, because we have free shipping, we lose money. Okay? We match it because of the fact that we show we will, but it's above cost. We'll deal with it. So, any questions on that?
That one that I saw last week for that Avery kit, and they're giving out a free roll of Brightline, that's ridiculous because they were giving the kit for $832 and they were giving a free roll of material. How can we beat that?
We can't. The only thing we can do is be more creative. Keep in mind, they have no cost associated with their Brightline. That's their product. They get it for next to nothing, guys, and they're basically giving away free shit. It's shit stuff. I mean, most people don't care for it, but it is free. I totally get that. We're not going to be able to, we can match the pricing they're giving on the kit, but we cannot give them free material. And keep in mind, I don't know if that's just that one customer. If it's all customers, you're the only one that I saw that on, and I sent that out to everybody, all the other RSMs. Nobody else has seen that as of yet. So it could be just a customer because they want to try to get their Brightline or that business. And, you know, go ahead, let them have it, because unfortunately, we make very little money in that small little stuff anyway. Okay? Questions?
Hey, Ted, I had one of those here in Las Vegas with the free material as well.
Send me if you have a screen print or anything to show me that, please just send it to me so that I can share
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Other.
I thought I sent it to you last week. I remember, or maybe I'm almost certain I did, but I'll resend it.
Yes, please do resend it, Charlene. Thank you. All right. What else, guys? Anything else?
Did anybody here on this is from a Signrama. He's telling me that Gramco give them like a certain percent each time you order online, but also at the end of the year they also get some kind of I don't know, percentage on top of that or something.
I've never heard of that. However,
Like a franchise discount?
Yeah, they get like a percentage when they order online, but at the end of the year they get an extra some percentage if they.
Yeah. They get a franchise discount on top of it.
they possibly can. That might be right, Brian and Angel. It's a franchise discount just to franchises. However, tell your customers we give them that. Generally, we're going to give them the franchise discount up front, and we don't charge them extra throughout the year. And then so that why would we give them something else at the back end? And that I don't know for sure, Angel, that is the case. However, as far as Grimco actually giving it to them, I hear lots of people say lots of things that is not true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all have heard that. We've all heard, not that, but we've all heard, oh, I'm getting this kit for a 3M kit for $900. And that's below our cost. It's like, how can they do that when every time we bring it up to the customer or to 3M says, well, if they're doing that, they're losing money. And the other thing, then we talk to the customer, and then the customer says, oh, no, sorry, it was a different kit. It wasn't the 3M. So, we hear a lot of things, but that does not necessarily mean that is actually what's going on.
I heard that for over 2 years, 900 something, but I heard from their friend, whoever that they bought, this actually was something somebody sneaked it out on inventory.
Well, now, that we've actually had that in our company where a warehouse manager decides he wants to be friends with somebody and they'll give him product that shouldn't be done. Yeah. Yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't ever get caught doing that shit. Okay.
No, but this is from a customer bought it from somebody else, another supplier.
Yeah, right.
Sticking out from the inventory somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't match that.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that completely. Angel, I will say this. If your customer actually says, oh, they give me an extra percentage, show it to me. If they get a percentage at the end of the year, I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see what they're giving them, because I've not heard that, but that doesn't mean that's not going on.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, I know they get this extra percentage online, so they always take picture of the
Oh
screen.
yeah, that I've seen. That's okay. The 3%.
So I'm kind of curious, anybody heard about that? This is from a Signrama, the top 10 that I try to approach. So let's see how it goes. I try to get something out of them slowly.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, Angel, if you can, like I said, if that happens or somebody says that, like it's Signrama top 10, I get an extra percentage from Grimco at the end of the year every year because I'm a franchise. I'd like to see what they're talking about because I've not heard that before.
Yeah, so that's fine. Okay.
All right. Questions? Anything else? Okay. Last month, Guys, thank you so much. Like I said, you guys are the best team in the company. We had an awesome month last month as a group, and I really do appreciate that. I'm hoping that we can continue that trend all through the year. That would be wonderful. But, you know, get with me on anything that I possibly can help with. I know some of you, we still are trying to work even more and better to get things done a little bit easier for you. So I want to help in any way I possibly can. You guys all know that that's what I'm here for, is to try to help in any way I possibly can. So if anything comes up that I can help with, please let me know. Okay, but I personal thank you to all of you for last month. Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up with the group? Anything pressing, anything you want to talk about, any successes that you had with maybe some of your top 10s or anything like that? No?
No.
Everybody's still trying to get their first cup of coffee this morning, I guess?
I didn't get coffee yet.
Oh, okay, Angel, I get that. No coffee for you yet. I get that.
Did you see the game?
Yes, that game, guys. Wow, what a game. I don't know if you all watched it last night. My Chiefs were not in it, unfortunately, so we got, kicked out early on, but that was a great game. And that was just really wonderful to see. Not that the outcome really mattered to me so much, but just to see a game that they came back from 25 points to win it in overtime, it's awesome. And that one catch, if you guys watched that game and saw that one catch, holy cow.
The one in the end zone or the one off the leg?
No, off the leg.
Crazy.
Just, wow.
Just perfect.
And if you guys did not see it, I would suggest going on YouTube and trying to find it. Okay? Because
I saw it.
It was an amazing catch.
They pulled a Seahawk.
Yeah.
They did. They pulled the Seahawk. They pulled it out at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, on the 20th, yes, the 20th through the 24th, I'm going to be in California. I'll be seeing Angel and Erica. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'll send you an email as well, just to let you know that I will be slow to getting to phone calls and things like that. Okay. All right. Let's see here. And then next month I'll be coming to see going to see Charlene, probably in the middle of the month. I'm not sure exactly when yet. Charlene, be ready.
Okay, sounds good.
Week of the 13th, I think, is when it's going to be. I'm just not sure exactly yet. So just to give everybody a little bit of an update on that.
Okay.
If for any reason you guys have a problem with a customer and it requires me to fly out, I need to know, because I'll get there if I can. Okay. If you have a customer that is just really, a really good customer and they need to see somebody other than you from corporate, get me involved. I've had one instance where this has happened, and where I will, if I can get on the phone and take care of it, I will. But if I have to come out physically and do something, I will do that as well. Okay? Anything else?
I just thought of a question. So I have a Signs Now that, like, just all of a sudden out of the blue, they sold to another guy, and he's still buying on the same account. And I asked him about tax ID and stuff like that. So isn't our office, don't they know when somebody buys it because they're submitting different paperwork and stuff? So wouldn't they know to ask, okay, we need to change your account over to a different account because you're a new owner?
Well, here's the whole thing. Here's what's happening on that issue is Signs Now franchises, for instance, somebody sells it off and the company is still buying under the same account number. All that business is going to the original owner. All that is going back to the original owner. So if the new Signs Now guy decides he wants to continue that and the old Signs Now guy says, okay, that's between them. That's not us. We are only here to take care of the customer. Customers should be getting us the paperwork and telling us. Just because things change doesn't necessarily mean it could be the son and everything else and the father says, yeah, go ahead and just use the same account, same tax ID, I'll just transfer it over to you. I mean, that's between them. That has nothing to do with us. And when the tax ID changes, now that's where we get involved and have to open up a new account. That should be all on the customer's side to get us their new tax ID. If they're not, then things can happen later on for them, but not us. Okay.
So like I said, I talked to him about the tax ID, and he said his wife's working on it or whatever.
Okay.
So once we get the tax ID, that's when that stuff will happen.
And the account number most likely will change. Meaning, if they're in your top 100, you will no longer. Yeah, I know, and it happens to everybody. It sucks, but unfortunately, when the tax ID number changes, we have no choice but to change the account number. Okay.
I have a Signrama on the top 10.
Yes.
So they are in the process of changing the new owner. So I got the new owners call in, I think Friday, to set up a new account and send in his tax, whatever the new tax form he got.
Okay, very good.
No, I emailed him the form already last week, so he filled it out already. So I told him email in.
Right.
So
all right. That's exactly what you're supposed to do, and what you should do is if you know that the account has changed owners and it is not basically within the family, you should just be as proactive as you can and say, hey, have you changed or have you registered with the state to get your tax ID number? If they say yes, then say, did you send it in to Feller so that we can get you your own account and make sure that everything is properly billed? Then that is the other thing, okay? Especially if there's an F30 associated, that gets into really major issues or can. Excuse me. So.
Okay, so my top 10, I think once he set up the new account, the number just changes it. Because I've been talking to him since day one.
Okay.
And the
well, yeah, and Angel, if the number changes and they're part of your top 10, again, if you make a change, just fill it out and make sure I know what the change is. Send it to me so that I can update it in my consolidated list.
Okay.
Has everybody had a chance to look at the new contact program? No?
No.
I'm going to show you real quick if you haven't seen it. Can you see my screen? Let me know that you can see my screen.
I have no internet, Ted, so I can't.
That's okay. If you don't, that's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
See my screen? Great. Okay. Here's the new contact list. This is what the part you should see. Not that, this. The warehouse info will not be there, but everything else is. Does everybody see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Great thing is you can go down and pick whatever warehouse you're looking at, or you can type it in. And it brings up all the information, brings my information up, brings all your information up, brings up all your 3M, all your contacts and everything up so that you can see it. Over here, it brings up your sample requests. If you have an email or going to a website, if you have to call the manufacturer up to get your samples, things like that, and also whether or not they're a direct order customer. Okay. I did this because I wanted to make it easy for everybody to see it rather than this. This was a great thing, but it was the first attempt to put something together. Now, all you got to do is do this and you're done. Okay? Once you have done anything, if you have not copied it to your desktop and you do it off of the Dropbox, please go ahead and when you close it out, you do not save anything because otherwise it'll come back in and anybody who goes back in to use it will have it set up where you had it last. Okay? Questions? Let's see here. Okay. I guess that's it, unless anybody has anything else they want to talk about. That's what I've got for today. Good. I guess that's it. If you want to, I'll go ahead and send everybody an email with a link to watch this video that we just recorded. If you want to find anything else out on this, feel free. Oh, sorry, one other thing. Let me go back and share my screen again. Let's see here. The one thing that I want to go over real quick, just real quick, is I sent out an email to have everybody watch to their price request form. I'm hoping that everybody has. I believe just about everybody has. Very important to watch that because we've got, you know, the code here and the description should match as close as possible. Just because a lot of times, you know, you get somebody that just doesn't put everything in. And when we get that, we don't have, we just can't tell for sure what happens. And if you watch that video that I sent out to everybody from Alan that shows this, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So want to make sure everybody gets on the same page, everybody does the same thing to keep it as clean and crisp as we possibly can for everybody in Tulsa. Okay? Anything else? Okay, well, thank you guys
When
for
will
everything. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, when will the new catalog be in the rep folder, the new 2017?
That's a good question. I'll find out. I
Thanks.
don't know the answer. It should have already been in there, but I will find out exactly what's going on with that and when it should be available in the in the rep folder. Okay.
Thank you.
Also the index would be helpful.
And the index. I'll see about the index
Yeah.
as well. Yes.
Please, yes.
Is
Okay.
there a way they can put a PDF copy on the website too, or no?
Well, why would we put a PDF copy on the website?
No, that's true. Never mind.
Yeah, the website. Keep in mind, guys, that the catalog was made before all the prices changed on the online catalog. So even though the pricing is in the catalog, it changed beginning of last month. Okay, so things have changed. The catalog now is null and void because of all the pricing changes, but it is a good resource to go after. We need to make sure that we're checking the the online catalog for pricing when we're setting up pricing instead of the regular catalog, just to make sure we have the lowest price available for the customer. Okay?
Yeah, the extended index is on the Dropbox.
Is it the extended?
is it there now?
Is the PDF for the 2017 catalog in there?
Yeah, it was on about a week
No.
ago.
Okay, so it's in.
Okay,
So
good.
it's already in there.
Yeah.
Jane,
It's not on.
I'm sorry.
I said the catalog isn't in my, whenever I pull it up, it's not in the Dropbox.
I'm looking at it right now. It's just the extended index. It's not the full pages of the catalog.
Okay. I see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I'm
Going
looking
to,
for the
it says
catalog.
2017 catalog.
And I have a feeling that may be just because of the fact that, yeah, I'll find out about the catalog itself though. Okay, guys?
Thanks.
All right. What else? Good, I get to go and have another cup of coffee then. Thank you. You all have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh,
Can I
go
ask,
ahead.
Ted, can I ask you a question? This is Jen.
Sure.
No, in private.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll get offline. I'll call you when we're off, when we're done.
Okay. Okay.
Anything
Thanks,
else?
guys. Have a good day.
Have a good day, everybody. Yes, enjoy. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Ted. Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.